Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're really trying to cut through all that marketing noise,
Hmm.
especially in supplements and cosmetics. If you've ever stared at a bottle and just wondered, what is this? Is it actually worth the money? Well, this deep dive is definitely for you. We're after the real story, the unvarnished truth. And we think we found just the source for that.
Yeah, our guide today is Ingredientsage. And it's really important for you, the listener, to get why this source is, well, different. This isn't some health influencer pushing a new detox tea, right? No, Ingredientsage is an insider. They're actually a private label manufacturer. They also educate on ingredients. So their whole perspective, it's built on evidence, on clarity. They know how this stuff is made,
Yeah.
literally, from the ground up.
Mhm.
And they're committed to transparency, busting myths, giving us that real view from inside the factory, basically.
That insider angle is huge, isn't it? It gives them so much leverage. We've pulled info from their digital stuff, TikTok, Lemonade, Rumble, LinkedIn. They've got tens of thousands of followers just focused on decoding labels. This isn't just theory, it's real world stuff exposing industry secrets straight from someone whose actual business is the supply chain.
Absolutely. And the core question we're really tackling here is, how does it all get made? How does the supplement get into the capsule? How's that moisturizer actually formulated? What is really inside these products we buy every day? And how is the whole manufacturing process designed? Is it to inform you or
Yeah.
maybe hide things? We're basically opening up that whole supply chain for a closer look.
Okay, let's unpack this right away, starting with maybe the most concerning part, the scams, the common product scams and, ingredient misdirection. Ingredient Sage seems to spend a lot of time calling this stuff out. What are the biggest, most common pitfalls they see consumers falling into? Things we should watch out for when we shop?
Right. So the first big area they scrutinize is the integrity of those high-value natural ingredients. Ingredient Sage puts it bluntly. The Manuka honey scam is real. Manuka is pricey because it has unique properties, right? It's a huge target for fakes.
Ah, okay, so high value equals high risk of fraud.
Exactly. And they don't just warn you, they give practical tips on spotting fakes, like checking for specific certifications that are often just missing on the knockoffs.
I like that they offer solutions too, not just problems, pointing people towards places like Costco, saying you might get real, tested quality there for less. But it's not just the fancy stuff getting faked, is it? Sounds like everyday items are at risk too.
Oh, absolutely. We see warnings across the board. It shows a massive issue with product substitution. Ingredient Sage talks about the possibility that even, say, Costco olive oil might be fake.
Really?
Yeah.
Olive oil.
Yeah, it's a common problem where it gets diluted with cheaper oils, like seed oils. They also mention finding fake Jamaican black castor oil in discount stores,
Yeah.
like Ross. And this general issue of fake organic castor oil made in China. Basically, if you're buying something based on its origin or its perceived quality, you really have to look past the pretty packaging.
Wow. The scale of that is pretty alarming.
Not
But
good.
maybe even more insightful is how they expose deliberate hiding of ingredients, stuff we just wouldn't expect. Like, wait, table salt with hidden sugar in it? How does that even happen? Why put dextrose in salt?
Yeah, that was one of the really surprising ones. Dextrose, which is just a type of sugar, often gets added to table salt,
Yeah.
but not really for taste. It acts as an anti-caking agent or a stabilizer.
Okay.
But because the regulations don't require sugar to be listed if it's like a tiny amount used for function, not sweetening,
Yeah.
consumers end up eating hidden sugars without even knowing it. It's not illegal, technically not a scam, but it's definitely misdirection,
Yeah,
right?
to
To
keep
make the
your-
ingredient list look simpler.
That kind of lack of full disclosure, that stretches into the bathroom cabinet too, doesn't it? Cosmetics and personal care.
It definitely does. They warn about why your favorite body wash might be tricking you.
Mm.
Often it's using cheap detergents that foam up a lot, feel luxurious,
Mhm.
but actually strip and dry out your skin. And they give specific warnings about certain hair serums they call out as a scam.
How so?
Well, these often contain heavy silicones. They coat the hair, make it look smooth and healthy temporarily,
Yeah.
but they don't provide any real repair or benefit. They just mask the damage. Having this insight from a manufacturer is key. They know the cheap tricks used to create a nice-feeling product without real substance.
Okay, let's pivot to supplements then. Things people take regularly, like fish oil, protein. Areas where there are always so many conflicting claims about quality.
Right. Ingredientsage really advocates for liquid fish oil over capsules. And this isn't just like a personal preference. There's a reason. Liquid forms tend to stay more stable against oxidation. They maintain concentration better, which basically means you're likely getting a purer, more potent dose that hasn't gone rancid. Quality testing is super important here.
Okay, liquid fish oil preferred. But then they throw a curveball, a specific warning about Norwegian fish oil maybe being dangerous. That sounds counterintuitive. Norway sounds premium.
It does, right. And that's the point. It's a reminder that just because it comes from a certain place doesn't automatically mean it's pure. The warning is about the potential for high levels of certain toxins or heavy metals. It really depends on the specific fishing waters and, crucially, the purification process used, or maybe not used. So it's a call for consumers like you to demand proof like third-party testing results. Don't just rely on the country listed on the label.
Got it. Demand the data. And what about protein? For fitness folks or just anyone trying to get enough, they highlight some big mistakes people make.
Yeah, especially critical mistakes lactose intolerant people make. They might buy a whey isolate thinking it's dairy-free, but still unknowingly consume hidden dairy derivatives.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ingredientsage clarifies things by comparing, say, collagen and whey protein. They explain that, yeah, both are proteins, but they do very different jobs in the body. Whey is more for rapid muscle building. Collagen supports connective tissues, skin, joints, hair. Understanding that difference helps you avoid wasting money on the wrong supplement for your specific goals.
This is where it starts getting really interesting, I think. Moving beyond just the problems to the actual ingredients themselves. Ingredientsage clarifies how these basic building blocks often do way more than we think. They have this surprising versatility, right? Beyond just their main use.
Absolutely. This multifunctionality is like the secret sauce for efficient product formulation. Take magnesium sulfate. We mostly know it as Epsom salt. Right?
Yeah, for baths, soaking sore muscles.
It's exactly. Great for reducing inflammation in a bath.
Yeah.
But Ingredientsage points out it's also a really effective fertilizer in gardening. Corrects magnesium deficiency in soil, and it has critical medicinal uses too.
Whoa. Okay, so one compound covers wellness, gardening, and medicine. That's pretty wild.
It really is. Its versatility, plus being relatively low cost, gives manufacturers lots of options. Same goes for ascorbic acid vitamin C. We know it as an antioxidant, good for immunity. But it's also absolutely essential for collagen production in the body and skin health. So you find it naturally in citrus fruits, sure, but as that isolated ingredient, it's in everything from high-end anti-aging serums to basic vitamin C tablets.
And the essential oils they mentioned, like lavender and lemongrass, they seem to pop up everywhere too.
Oh yeah, classic examples of ingredients used across totally different markets. Lavender oil, great for calming, reducing anxiety, helping sleep and aromatherapy. But it's also gentle enough to soothe minor skin irritations, burns, bites, that kind of thing. And lemongrass oil, yeah. Used for relaxation, sure. But it also has antimicrobial properties, so it's used in skincare, especially for blemishes. And it works really well as a natural insect repellent, non-toxic.
It's kind of mind-blowing. One oil covers wellness, beauty, and bug spray. And on the food side, what about those alternative sweeteners everyone's talking about?
Ingredientsage clarifies those too. Xylitol is a great example. It's a natural sugar alcohol found in some fruits and veggies, used a ton in sugar-free gum, candies. The key thing for you, the consumer, is how it works. It metabolizes differently from regular sugar, meaning it doesn't cause those big blood sugar spikes, which makes it super valuable for diabetic-friendly products, keto products, things like that.
Okay, let's dive a bit deeper into the formulation side, especially for cosmetics, things like gentle cleansers. Since Ingredientsage is a manufacturer, they must deal with clients wanting stuff for sensitive skin.
For sure. And they highlight specific ingredients that make that possible, like sodium cocoa glutamate.
Okay, sounds technical.
It does, but basically, it's a mild surfactant. A surfactant is what helps water mix with oil so it can clean things. This one comes from coconut oil and glutamic acid. And because it's so mild, it's perfect for sensitive skin. You'll find it in higher quality, gentle shampoos and face washes. It's the opposite of those harsh, stripping detergents we mentioned earlier.
Right, the ones that trick you with foam.
Exactly.
And can we clear up the confusion around collagen? There seem to be so many different names. Hydrolyzed? Peptides?
Yes. They really demystify the labels here. It's actually simpler than it looks. Collagen peptides and hydrolyzed collagen. They basically describe the same category of product.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Both are made using something called enzymatic hydrolysis. Just think of hydrolysis as like a pre-digestion process. They use enzymes to break down the big collagen molecules into smaller pieces that your body can absorb much more easily, so your gut doesn't have to do all the work. The products usually focus on types 1, 2, and the 3 collagen. Those are the main ones for skin, hair, nails, bones. Once you know that peptides and hydrolyzed mean broken down for absorption, you won't overpay for a fancy marketing term.
That connects perfectly to the bigger picture then. The reason Ingredientsage knows all this is because they are the production source, a private label contract manufacturer. Understanding how they work helps us understand the whole industry's supply chain, doesn't it?
It really does. It shows you how most brands actually operate these days. Ingredient Sage provides custom formulas. They have stock formulas ready to go, and they handle the entire manufacturing process for supplements, powders, liquids, capsules, and cosmetics, too. They're essentially the invisible engine behind a lot of the brands you see on shelves or online.
Which makes the question of quality control absolutely critical. How do they ensure the quality and compliance are there, especially when they're making products for so many different brands?
Yeah, quality and compliance are like table stakes, non-negotiable. The source confirms everything's made in FDA-registered GMP-certified facilities. GMP stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. That's the gold standard for safety and consistency in the industry.
Okay.
And crucially, they don't just rely on their own internal checks. They partner with independent ISO-certified third-party labs. These outside labs do testing to verify identity. Is it really what it says it is? Potency, is it strong enough?
Yeah.
Purity, any contaminants? Safety, it ensures the label truly matches what's inside the bottle.
That independent check adds a really important layer of trust for us, the consumer. So let's clarify this private label process. What does it mean in terms of who owns what and how fast can a brand actually get a product out there?
Okay, so private label means the manufacturer ingredients age in this case makes the actual product. The client, the brand, puts their own label on it and sells it. So the client owns the brand, but the manufacturer often owns the base formula, unless it's a totally custom job for the client.
And this system allows for incredible speed to market, right?
It really does. For their stock formulas, these are like pre-approved, ready-to-go recipes. The minimum order quantity, the MOQ, can start around just 1,000 units. And the lead time, it can be incredibly fast, like 4 to 6 weeks.
Hold on, 4 to 6 weeks. From idea to a product ready to sell. Doesn't that kind of suggest that maybe deep R&D, real innovation, gets sacrificed for just chasing trends quickly? Are corners being cut somewhere?
That's a really sharp question. And it hits right at the core tension in this industry.
Yeah.
The reason that 4 to 6 week timeline is possible for stock formulas is precisely because the basic R&D, the safety testing, the compliance, it's already done for that base formula. So yeah, it suggests the system is optimized for scalability, for reacting super fast to market trends. Think about the next superfruit or miracle ingredient that blows up online. Brands want to jump on that now. While they aren't necessarily cutting corners on the quality of that specific formula, they are absolutely prioritizing speed. It allows brands to catch that wave of hype before it crashes.
So if a brand wants something genuinely new, something unique, then they have to trade that speed for more development time.
Exactly right. Custom formulations take longer, typically more like 8 to 12 weeks, because that involves actual R&D, sourcing maybe new or specific ingredients, doing all the custom stability and safety testing before they can even start the big production run. The whole ecosystem is built to be fast and scalable, with brands leaning heavily on the manufacturer's expertise for compliance and getting products made efficiently.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does all this mean for us, for you, listening? Ingredientsage's mission seems clear. Provide trusted, transparent information, empower better choices. What we've seen today shows this undeniable link, right, between the people who actually make the products and the people best positioned to expose the myths and decode what's really going on.
That's the absolute key takeaway. We've seen ingredients are often multitaskers, like Epsom salt doing triple duty. We've confirmed labels can hide things, like that dextrose lurking in your salt shaker. And we know manufacturing is this regulated but incredibly fast and scalable process. A product can launch in just weeks. So the insight for you, the learner, is that real reliable knowledge often comes from understanding the supply chain, the how it's made part, not just from the slick marketing you see in the front of the bottle.
That really flips the script on how we choose products, doesn't it? So here's the final thought. Given that the manufacturers, the insiders like Ingredientsage, are often the ones best placed to reveal the scams and shortcuts, because they know exactly how easy it is to swap ingredients or use cheap fillers. How does that change where you place your trust? Does it shift from the familiar brand name we all recognize towards the maybe unknown manufacturer behind the label, the one holding the keys to quality control and real transparency? What new question does that make you ask next time you pick up a bottle?